You already know what it is. It's the one, the only L Selector. I am back. First and foremost, I'd like to say congratulations to Terrance Bud Crawford for the excellent performance he put on tonight, the mastercraft boxing sweet science that he displayed for the world to see in Las Vegas, Nevada. So congratulations to him. He's created history. He is the first two-time or two different undisputed champions at two different weight classes. He ended up getting the WBA, IBF, and WBC from Errol Spence, and also he ended up completing that and getting the WBO. So now he is the undisputed champion at 147, and he was the former undisputed champion at 140. So congratulations to Terrance Bud Crawford for that excellent masterclass performance tonight. Like, Errol Spence, salute to you, my guy. You already know what it is. Excellent boxer, but it was just not your night, man. You were just outclassed tonight. The better boxer won at the end of the day. The guy, the better boxer, the better fighter. Because it wasn't even he was the better fighter. He was the heavier hitter. He was ducking. He was more tactical. He was more cerebral. He had a lot going on, and he displayed all of that, which was very impressive. And I was loving every moment of it. Like, I was shocked at what I was seeing. I was surprised. I was shocked at the level of how the high IQ that Terrance Crawford displayed out there. Like, because he's fighting Errol Spence. Like, you don't see anyone. This dude, old basketball terminology, he was housing him. He housed him the whole entire night. He cooked him. He got him out of here. Like, he got him out of here. Like, he got Errol Spence out of here. Like, he made Errol Spence look like he wasn't even in the same league with him. Like, he made him look like amateur. Like I'm fighting an amateur. I'm the master of this. Honestly, man, congratulations to Terrance Crawford, man. Honestly, that's all I have to say. I'm proud of Terrance Crawford. Earl, you already know what it is. Earl was one of my favorite fighters. Terrance Crawford, I just seen it. I started seeing it coming, man. I started seeing it coming, and he has that momentum, man. It's just like, he's putting in those reps, man. He's putting in that work. Like, he's like the tidal wave that's coming. Like, he's that tsunami, bro. That's what Terrance Crawford is, man. You know what I mean? He is that tsunami. Like, he's been getting guys out of here. He has what? I think it's like a 10-fight knockout streak. Like, stop. He's dropping guys he's the last 10 fights he's been dropping, and he's dropping world-class boxers. He's putting world-class guys out of here. He's getting these guys out of here quick, fast. Some of your favorite fighters, he's just making them look like amateurs, which is, I'm just shocked and impressed by, especially at 147. He's beaten virtually every guy that's you're supposed to beat at. He's beating every guy, even at 135. He was beating boogeymans like Victor Postol and all these other guys way back at all these guys. Like, my goodness, bro. Terrance Crawford, bro. Yo, honestly, congratulations to you, man. You're the real deal. You're the real, like they say back in the days when I was coming up as a youngin', the real deal Holyfield, man. That's what you are, bro. Salute to Evander Holyfield, but Terrance Crawford, you are the real deal Holyfield, man. Like, where would I even start? Do I even score? Like, I started scoring the fight, and it was literally a one-sided fight. He was cutting the ring. First round, it was a feel-out round. Second round, first round, Earl was, he was applying pressure. He was bringing the fight to Terrance Crawford. And then afterwards, what happened next was that round came. Terrance was kind of feeling him out. Second round comes. Terrance Crawford comes in there and knocks Errol Spence to the ground, to the canvas. Within like the second round, Errol Spence is already lumped on the head, nose busted. He's basically making him look like nothing in the second round. Third round comes, he's just cooking Errol Spence. Errol Spence is staying active, staying busy, but Errol Spence is just getting kind of humiliated. Fourth round comes, same thing. He's just kind of housing Earl. Earl's staying active. Don't get me wrong. Earl's throwing his punches. Earl's keeping it competitive. Earl's, he's standing on his shield. Like, he's out here really trying to get him out of here, but Terrance Crawford is just too witty. He's like fighting a wizard out there. Like, literally, that's what he's fighting. He's fighting a master crafts. Like, he's fighting like the best, whatever, a master craft, like technician, an engineer, or a master craft. Like, the guy who's at the pinnacle of what he does. That's what he's fighting. It's like he's fighting the guy at the pinnacle. And it's It's like nobody, like Vegas, Las Vegas, salute to Las Vegas, because they had Terrance Crawford winning the fight. Las Vegas said Terrance Crawford is going to win this fight. They looked at everything. I was just like, this guy's going to win this fight. A lot of people are saying it's a 50-50 fight. No. Oh, man. I stayed quiet. I didn't do no preview to the fight. I didn't do no predictions or anything like that. I just said, you know what? Let me watch this for what it is. I've been waiting for this fight for like maybe 8 years now. I've been talking about this fight for a very long time, like a very, very long time. A very long time. This is a fight that we've all been kind of, since Terrance was at 135, that's when I started to think about this fight. So it was only right that I did not do a prediction. And Spence is my guy. I like Spence a lot. You know what I mean? He's been to his fights, all that stuff. So, Spence is a guy. But Terrance Crawford is like that. Like I said, that tsunami, man. And he was coming. And Errol knew he was coming. Errol knew he was coming. But Errol was a man. He said, I'm going to make this fight happen. Errol could have played some sucker stuff, but Errol wanted to test him. Errol wanted to see what this was, and it's enough is enough. No more politics. This is the guy I want to fight. And I think he did an honorable thing. He didn't listen to all this other hoopla and all these other people telling him, duck him, let him get old, and then you fight him, and all these other nonsense techniques that a lot of these guys in the past been doing. He said, no, we're going to do this like the old school. We're going to fight straight up and down. I'm not fighting nobody else. I want you. And that's what he did. He did the right thing. He fought the right guy, and he fought him. And at the end of the day, it was kind of like, Terrance Crawford's is light years ahead, bro. He is the kingpin of he made Sean Porter look amateur. He got rid of Kell Brook, got rid of Amir Khan, got rid of all these guys. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting rid of guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, he got rid of that guy out there in Omaha, Nebraska. Like, busted him up, bro. The same thing. It's like every fight is the same fight with Terrance Crawford. Like, it doesn't matter who he's fighting. He's going to make them all look the same at the end. There's not going to know. They're not going to the judges. The judges are not going to sit on here and tell you some fake scorecard, the mafia scorecard that they got. You see what I'm saying? With the envelope put on in their tuxedo. You know what I mean? In the pocket of their. You know what I mean? None of that. You see what I'm saying? You can't pay off the judges when you're fighting Terrance Crawford, man. When you're fighting with Terrance Crawford, because he's getting you out of here, man. And that's what he did. I'm so surprised. I thought it was an excellent fight. I'm impressed at what I saw. It's been an excellent year for boxing. There's been so many great fights. And this, to me, there's even more fights coming. This, to me, was an excellent fight. He dropped Errol Spence 3 times. The referee had to stop the fight because he looked like he was going to kill him. He looked like Errol Spence was all over the place, wobbly. Errol Spence's legs were gone. And I was like, what? This is Errol Spence. And Terrance Crawford was doing the damn thing, man. Salute to Terrance Crawford, man. I'm not going to go all into this fight, man. You can go watch the fight. It's best, I suggest, you guys watch this fight. My post-fight reaction is what it is. You guys go watch this fight. If you didn't watch this fight, go back and get it on replay and watch this, because this is one of those fights where you're going to be seeing for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, bro. This is a history fight. He's the first ever undisputed in two different weight classes. I think only females have done that. There hasn't been any male. I think maybe Clarissa Shield, maybe. There hasn't really been anyone else who's done something like that. And I could be wrong, but as far as males go, I know females, there's been a couple, but males, not in the existence of this sport. So that was history right there. Another thing I like to point out too is like the styles of the fight, like the way he's able to cut angles, the way he's able to, like, he's very cerebral. He counters. He does a lot of great counters. Errol Spence was coming forward. Errol Spence is trying to bully him, and he's making the bully that's countering him just on some Shaolin type, you know what I mean? Like some mastery type wizardry boxing going on, like at the highest level, like performing the sweet science the way boxing is supposed to be performed. I get a lot of guys love the slugfests, and a lot of guys love the tapping and all that other stuff, but he's throwing hard jabs that really, he feels it. Spence is throwing everything he can, but Spence is landing some shots, but hitting a lot of the gloves, and Crawford is countering a lot of those shots and just putting Spence on the ground, putting Spence in funny angles where Spence is like wobbly all over the place. He's too slippery. He's holding out, getting him off one, like just playing into the angles, fighting him with angles. a lot of guys talk about, oh, this guy does that, this guy does that. That was the best example of how to fight a guy with angles and make it exciting as well. People talk about Mayweather. Mayweather used to do that as well, but it wasn't like Mayweather was so cerebral you couldn't touch him. This guy, Crawford, is making it look like he's throwing hard jabs and hard blows with that. And it's just like it makes it look so you can see the way Crawford's fighting. He's fighting like he's from like the 80s. He's fighting from that era. Like the way he boxes, he doesn't box like a boxer from this generation. He's boxing like a boxer from that generation over the 80s and 70s, where you see a lot of these guys, 60s, where you see a lot of these guys fighting like that. So high level, and even in the 90s too, with Purnell and a lot of these other guys, that would fight like that as well, But man, this guy's so good, man. Like, I'm just shocked at how good he was, man. Like, people don't understand I don't even think people understand what they're watching. They're just like, now they're throwing names like Boots Ennis, throwing names like, I'm like, no, the fight that makes the most sense is him versus Jermell Charlo. I know he's going to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's very ambitious for him to do that. And I think this is a great fight for Jermell and for Canelo. This is an ambitious fight because it's kind of a fight. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. Even though Canelo has the size, I still think Canelo's way favored to win that fight. But at the same time, though, Jermell versus Terrance Crawford would be one of the more. Jermell has the size and the girth, and I would like to see how Crawford would be able to handle that at 154. So I think that would be the most impressive, most entertaining fight. Errol Spence said, yes, I will fight Terrance Crawford. I will exercise my rematch clause, but I'm not doing it at 147. I'm going up to 154, which is understandable because he's been at that weight class forever. His body's getting older, and he's draining himself just to make it to that weight, where Terrance Crawford is just moving up weight classes. So Terrance Crawford said he can move up to 154. Terrance Crawford said his goal is to go undisputed in 2 different weight classes, beat Floyd Mayweather's 50-plus records, maybe get undisputed at 3 different weight classes, and then call it a career, that's the perfect career. Technically, reality, that's the best career. That's the perfect career a boxer can potentially have. Like, that would be, because Floyd went undisputed before. Floyd's won a bunch of different titles, different weight classes and all that, undefeated, 50-0, made the most amount of money. But what Terrance Crawford would be able to do, technically would kind of be more impressive than what Floyd Mayweather was able to do. Even though Floyd Mayweather and Terrance Crawford would be one of the probably the ideal dream fight at this point. And I think Terrance Crawford, honestly, and like, I know they were humiliating him, making fun of him, saying, yo, he's this, he's that. People are laughing at him. They were saying, threatening him and all types of stuff and laughing at him. And, he's been called racial stuff, and people saying that, oh, he's on the wrong side of the street. He's not with PBC and this, that, and the third. And he just kept his, kept his head high, like he said, kept focusing on the actual, the prize that was, and continue to focus on the craft, continue to fight. Not garbage. Tap Rack's a cool promotional company, but they're shady. You know what I mean? You're gonna get shady business. That's the world of boxing we live in. But he continued to stay focused on the craft itself, and continue to fight, and win fights, and just continue to steady win, knock guys out, drop guys, beat the top guys, whoever came in front of him. He beat them. He made them look bad. He made them look average. He made them look subpar. And this is where he is today. And dropping Errol Spence 3 times and having the referee have to stop the fight because he was almost going to kill him. Look at Errol Spence was all over the place. Errol's like, what? Errol, bro, thank God he stopped that fight, because I did not want to see you, like, you know what I mean? He was throwing some heavy blows at you, bro. Your whole face was all rearranged, man. You know what I mean? Your face was gone, bro. Earl, you're my guy, but man, that fight was, man, I can go on all day about that fight, man. That fight was legendary. I don't even want to go by round. Just go watch the fight, bro. That's what I want you guys to do. You already know who was winning every round. You already know Terrance Crawford for sure. So, man, congratulations to Terrance Crawford again, man. Honestly, boxing is back, man. I'm loving the sport. I'm loving the energy, man. There's been some great fights in the year of 2023, and I'm hoping to see. We're gonna see some more with Canelo, Charlo. We're gonna see. It's gonna be some good ones still coming up, man. Like, honestly, so I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking the energy right now in the sport. And congratulations to Terrance Crawford again. Salute to Errol Spence, man. You're a true warrior, man, and you're always going to be a respected boxer. Always going to be one of my favorite guys. You know what I mean? In boxing, of course. Doesn't matter what. Okay, and what's next for Errol Spence? He's going to exercise the rematch clause. Will they fight at 154? I don't know. I don't know if Errol even wants to do that anymore. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. We'll see. He's going to exercise. If they do it, then he said they're going to do it at 154. So obviously the belts don't matter at this point. It's just let's just get the fight on and running. Because if he does it at 147, it's going to be the same fight again, bro. And it might look even worse this time. It might look worse, bro, because this guy's he's gonna watch the things he did wrong, and it's gonna be the same fight. It's gonna be the exact same fight, but maybe he'll get him out of here a little bit even earlier. But if he exercises it, whatever, people will come on. I don't think they should do it, but we'll see what happens. If Earl wants to go to 154, I think Earl can still be a tough guy at 154. I don't know where Earl's head's at. Like I don't know if Earl's still, just something looks off with Earl, man. I mean, I don't know if it's that car accident or what, but he just hasn't really been like Earl since, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's no excuses though. He came out there, he did his thing, and I like Earl a lot, so I'm hoping the best for him. I'm hoping he's okay. You know what I mean? He goes home and just takes it easy and relaxes himself, and you know what I mean? Heals up, and I want to see Terrance Crawford go. They're saying Boots Ennis. They're saying it's Virgil Ortiz. They're saying some guys, but at the same time, it's just like I don't think let those guys fight each other. I think it's time for him to move on to 154 now and test the waters. If Charlo beats Canelo, or sorry, if Charlo beats Canelo, then I think Terrance Crawford should fight Canelo first, Charlo next. If Canelo beats Charlo, then maybe Terrance Crawford should fight Canelo Alvarez next. Terrance Crawford's an ambitious guy, so that would be a great fight as well. We'll see. Time will tell, man. Thank you guys. Honestly, hit the like button. Share this with your friends. Salute to all my boxing people out there. You already know what it is. And I'm signing out. Thank you again, and I'm out. Peace.